Hey, how's it going? Thanks for watching my video. My name's Captain Nathaniel Lemmon. I'm a fishing guide here in Central Florida, and if you've been on my website or fished with me anytime in the last 20 years, you probably noticed I do a monthly fishing report where I kind of talk about what we've been catching, where we're getting it, and I usually throw in some pictures from the past month. So I'm going to start trying to do something a little bit different from now on. And in addition to doing that report on my website, I'm also going to put in a video format for you guys and still throw in some pictures. And so hopefully you like it. If you do, definitely click like and subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll be doing these about once a month or every other month or so. So going to kind of start and talk about what we've been doing lately. We're in the Edgewater backcountry here and north end of Mosquito Lagoon. And we're kind of getting into our fall transition. Summer's about over, it's almost Labor Day. Things are starting to change up a little bit, but we still got a couple months before things really start to shift into winter patterns. So last couple months, and really the last month, redfish has been our top ticket. Smaller redfish in the lagoon waters on the flats, and bigger fish moving into deeper channels. If you've kind of read anything about what's been going on here with me lately, you'll hear me constantly talking about Mosquito Lagoon bouncing back and all the seagrass kind of regrowing, and that's definitely happening right now. It's like we're flashed back to years of old. We're targeting redfish on those flats down in the lagoon that are back to tailing in the grass. I'll throw up a picture right here of a young man that fished with me recently, him and his mom, and we caught this really nice redfish out of a school that was tailing down the edge of a flat to us. So we're targeting those redfish up on the grass flats, tailing in the grass, and that's really going to pick up from now all the way through the fall. It just only gets better as the water cools off. On the flip side, wow, big tarpon just rolled right here beside me. On the flip side, we got bigger redfish moving towards Ponce Inlet to spawn. That's their annual cycle. They kind of come out of the lagoon and up the deeper water and head to the inlet to spawn every fall. We've been working on them all summer, catching big ones, big 40 inchers, over 20 pounds all summer. And we still got a couple months of that left. Throw up some pictures here of some people that have been fishing with me over the last 4 or 6 weeks, and so these are some of the fish that we've been catching. Some really big redfish, definitely trophy sized fish. They're all catch and release, and these are some of the biggest redfish most people ever catch in a lifetime. So again, I'll throw up a couple pictures here for you to see what we've been catching. In addition to that, I'm being distracted by tarpon busting bait over here. In addition to that, we've been catching speckled trout. It's been a real good speckled trout bite the last month, 2 months. We can catch really as many as you want. A lot of them are starting to run in that 18 to 24 inch range. We're kind of getting past the time of the year where we do catch the really big ones. That's normally like a spring, summer event. But I'll throw a picture up here of somebody that fished with me with their son recently, and we caught this 7-pounder. That's kind of above average for this time of the year. Normally, like I said, most of the fish are in that 18 to 24 inch range. Strictly pretty much a live bait event, but we usually catch 10 to 20 of them a day, or we can even catch more, but we usually kind of opt to do some different things. In addition to the redfish and the trout, a lot of tarpon. Man, really been impressed with the numbers of tarpon that have come in this year. I think it has a lot to do with the grass that's come back, because we're seeing way more bait than we've seen in the last couple years. And wherever the bait goes, the tarpon go. And I usually don't spend a ton of time targeting tarpon because we're really not a tarpon fishery. It's more of like a kind of a special thing that we do. When we find them or come across them, I'll give them a little bit of time, see if they're biting. If they bite, we stick with it. If they don't bite, we move on to something else. But we've had some really good luck catching a lot of tarpon this summer. I know I'm gonna throw in, I've got a few pictures in this month's report, and I'll put in there of one of my clients that's fished with me for a number of years, and he's hooked a bunch of them. We finally got one landed, and another client of mine that always wanted to catch one, and he got one too. Throw those up right now. And then a husband and wife that live here local, they fished with me, and we caught some real big redfish, and then we caught this tarpon here too. Tarpon are kind of going to be here for the next probably 2 months. Usually about November you start to see them sliding out of here, but usually it's a really good bite the next couple months, especially as that water cools off and all the bait, it keeps moving to the inlet. Tarpon are going to be right behind them, and then usually once the cold fronts start to show up, those bigger fish dip out into the ocean and start migrating south. Smaller ones stick around here year round, but don't really spend a lot of time on them in the winter time because the water's cold. They aren't really active. The only other thing we've been going on is snook fishing. Spent the past month, 4 or 6 weeks fishing snook in a lot of places. We have a really good night bite. Snook season just opened up here September 1st, so now they're legal to keep. Our numbers are kind of down compared to the previous years, but we're still catching a lot of snook. In fact, put some pictures right here where we've had some, catching some mid 30-inch snook at night. It's been a really good bite. These are low light feeders, so a lot of times some of your best bite and activity is going to be at nighttime. As we get into the, they start to get a lot of pressure from September 1st on. So we'll still catch some and we'll still target them from time to time, but really the next month or 2 months is going to be sticking hard on the redfish and tarpon before they all kind of scatter and move on for the year. So again, throwing a couple more pictures for you guys, and that kind of gives you a recap of what we've been doing. It's now, early September, and that's a recap of what we've been doing for the past month. But like I said, nothing really changes over the next 2 months. So if you want to get out with me and get on to some of this action we've been going through on a daily basis, give me a call, shoot me an email, shoot me a text message, 386-212-4931. Give me a ring, leave me a voicemail, leave a text message, shoot me an email, and we'll see about getting you out here to fish with me so you can do this for yourself. All right, have a good one. Again, if you like the video, like, subscribe. Tight lines.